Hello, happy Tuesday. Tonight we're going to be doing lesson 5.7, analyzing a system of equations. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is I want you to look at this graph. We're going to analyze this graph. So let's look at it. We can see it has two lines. We're going to label this line A and this line B. Okay, just so we can call them something. And so this is line A, this is line B. Okay. Could you tell me what the graph is for each one? So let's see. Let's start with A here, what the equation is. Let's see if you can tell me what the M is on A. Okay. What is the slope of A? Well, let's look at the B first. That's where I like to start. The B, where does it cross? It crosses right here, and that looks like it's at 0, because this is your x-axis right here. So the B is 0, and so let's do 2 points here, and this point, and this point. Okay, so rise 5, 10, 15, 20. So it goes up 20, and then the run is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Run of 5, so that is going to be 4. So your M is 4 for A, and your B is 0. Let's look at B. B, the B for B, the little b for big B, okay, is -10. That's where it crosses the y-axis. And the slope here is here to here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 is our rise, and our run is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be 5. Okay, so our slope is 5. So one of them has a slope of 4, and A has a slope of 4, B has a slope of 5. Which one is steeper? B is a steeper line because it has a higher slope. Okay, so let's make that note. It's steeper. A weird word, steeper, more steep, I don't know. Okay, anyways, so can we write an equation for each line? Yes, we can. It's like Bob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. Okay, so let's do A first. We know these two parts. So it's going to be y equals mx plus b. M is 4, x plus 0. We don't really need that part, right? And then B, B is y equals, M is 5, x minus 10. Okay? With me so far? Awesome. Okay, now let's see here. Compare their slopes and their y-intercepts. We already did that, but we're going to write it out. Okay? First thing we saw here is that B has a steeper slope. So that means it's faster because this is a graph on distance and time, so it's faster. And then we saw that A has a bigger y-intercept. It started at 0 and the other one started at -10. So it starts higher. Okay. What does their solution represent? So remember two lines? What is the solution of a system of equations? It's where the lines do what? Intersect. Yes, intersect. Okay. This is their intersection. Okay, so let's see if we can figure out where they intersect. Looks like right here on the graph, right here, which would be 10, 40. 10 is the x value, 40 is the y. But you could probably figure that out in a table. We made a table. say we made a table over here. Remember, like a calculator, we have a y1 and a y2. When our x is 10, our y1 would be 40, and our y2 would also be 40. If we put both of these equations in our calculator and the y equals, this is what we would see here, okay? So we already know that at 10, 40. So that means at 10 seconds, both traveled 40 feet. What is the independent variable? Fun times, okay? The independent variable, remember our Dixie-Royd? Remember that? Let's see if I can find it in my notes. Way up here. It was the word we used, the term we used to remember which numbers are x and which are y, or which values are x and which are y. Remember that? Dixie-Royd. Okay, here it is. Remember this? Dixie-Royd. We find here that the independent is your x value and your dependent is your y value. Okay? So what is the independent variable in this? Well, it's the x value. Independent is x. And that is our time. And our dependent variable, remember Royd, this is Dixie. Royd is distance. The dependent variable is our y, which is distance. Okay. So are these relations continuous or discrete? Ooh, remember that? If they're continuous, that means the lines are, the dots are making a line. Yes, they are continuous. In this case, the dots do form lines. Are these functions? We could do a vertical line test. A vertical line test. Yes. They do not have more than one x value. So it's just, you'd have to do each line. Like obviously if you did both lines at once, they're not, you have to look at each line. You can't look at each line, and it doesn't do like a parabola, like a weird shape here. They both pass the vertical line test, both lines, okay? That means, so remember, this is how you do the vertical line test on a graph. What type of functions are they? They are linear. And because they are lines, they are linear. And then that last thing, what is their parent function? I don't know if you all remember this, but way back we talked about parent functions. Okay, so their parent functions is y equals x. You set them equal to each other. Do y'all remember that? Or we talked about f of x equals x. Remember, this is when we said y and f of x are the same. Okay? So that's all we're going to do tonight, and then we're going to do the back side in class tomorrow. All right? Have a good night.